Hello and welcome to the KKW Trucking Podcast.
Boop, 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 boop.
Dustin here, joined by Eddie and Oscar.
Hello.
We're here. What podcast is this?
Number 11.
Number 11. Pretty soon we're gonna have 100.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah, we will.
It's gonna be a good episode. We have a lot of topics, couple of guests, so I'm very excited. And then we're gonna play a game at the end.
All right.
Have a little bit of fun. So I hope you guys are ready. Brought your podcast voices.
Oh yeah.
I'm here.
Go ahead and jump into the shout-outs on this episode. So, first up is Randy Oceans, and we want to give a big shout-out to him for winning CTA Driver of the Month. Congratulations, Randy. That's awesome.
Big man, Mr. Randy.
Good job, Mr. Oceans. You deserve it. You're a really safe driver. I really think it's great how Mr. Oceans, he has cameras on the outside of his truck.
Yeah, Randy
that
started
he bought
a trend.
Himself.
Yeah.
And other drivers are starting to buy them.
Yeah.
And these cameras have really helped him out.
And they're good quality, too. They're about the size of a dime, the ones that he puts under his rearview mirrors. And he just puts them on under the mirror. He's got two facing out, and they record everything, and they loop over the old stuff. But if you want to save it, it's really simple. I think he paid a couple $100 for all four, and he just showed me a good video the other day.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, he's just driving, minding his own business, and this guy wasn't paying attention. He's probably on his phone, started swerving, almost hit his trailer, and then stopped along the shoulder. And Randy's like, I didn't even see him. You know, and then I looked at my video. It said it recorded something, and then I looked, and I was like, what the heck? But yeah, he started to train a few of the other drivers, started to buy those cameras for their trucks, and I'd probably get those too if I was driving.
Good job, Randy. You're setting trends. You're a good guy. So you guys, you want to get that CTA one day. That's a big award because I got one too a couple years ago. Good deal, Randy. You deserve it. Congrats.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. They made an announcement over the PA system in the office.
Yeah,
so
when he was
they were
in
like,
the
keep an eye
office.
out for him.
They do it for every driver that comes through that wins as well.
That was awesome. So loved it. I want to give a congrats to Yesenia for winning the Halloween costume contest this year.
Did she win?
Barbie.
Yeah.
What was she?
Barbie.
Oh, yeah, she was Barbie. Yeah.
So fantastic costume. The contest was great. It was funny because when I got here in the morning, nobody was in costume. And I was like, did nobody dress up? And then sure enough, by the time the party rolled around, everybody was in costume. So.
Yeah. Deborah has the same thing. She came in as a scarecrow, and she's like, I thought everybody was going to do this. That's why I put this on. And I was like, yeah, you just wait. You're early.
I say we shout out all the winners. We might as well shout out who took second place, Hot Cheeto.
Yeah, Susie Dancel dressed up as a Hot Cheeto, even had a Hot Cheeto purse, a big old Hot Cheeto bag that she put, she dolled up and everything. I was like, what the heck is that?
She's amazing.
Yeah.
We have to step our game up. She wins a lot. She really wins a lot. Last year, she was Monsters, Inc., and I've seen some wonderful costumes. I even seen her be like the Scarecrow in the Box. What do you call it? Yeah, she
was
Jack
in the Box?
Yeah, she was that one year. Yeah, so she's really good. So next year, Susie, I'm coming for you. And then third place was
Bonnie.
Miss Bonnie Brown.
She was, what was her character's name? From
she was a flapper.
Great Gatsby?
Yeah, from Great Gatsby.
From Great Gatsby, she was a flapper girl.
And what a fantastic costume.
Yes, it was beautiful. And she was one of the ones who wore it all day. Yeah. Now, your costume is fly when you wear it the whole day from when she walked in the door till when she walked out of the door. She kept her costume on. So good job, Bonnie.
Yeah, congrats to all the winners. So Stephen Hunt, who actually used to work here, left us a comment on YouTube, and he said, I worked there 6 years, most driver-friendly place I've ever driven at. Mr. Firestone is a class act. I can say that as a personal fact. And that was a fantastic comment. We always love getting comments like that, especially, on YouTube and our social media, because it doesn't come just to us. Other people get to see that, so we really appreciate it.
Hey, thank you, Mr. Hunt. That's a great... It makes it... we get some from our drivers as well, but you're not even with us anymore, and you're still, giving great reviews on the company. So we thank you for that, sir, and I hope you and your family continue to be blessed, and keep your eyes out on KKW. We're taking over the world.
He also mentioned he sent an email to Tom that he listens to the podcast. So
good deal.
Shout out will reach him.
Good
and he wanted to see if it's possible to bring him on. He could talk about his experience at KKW. So we're going to try really hard to make that happen.
I say maybe on the next podcast, if we can't have him here, let's make a phone call out to him. So Mr. Hunt, if you're hearing this podcast, if we can give you a call on the next one, that'd be great. If you can make it in, that would be even better. But if we can even call you over the phone, that'd be great as well.
Next shout out goes out to, and Eddie, you'll appreciate this one, all of our drivers who left us a review this month. So it was an excellent month, and of course we appreciate the reviews. So the shout out goes to Dan Case, Quentin Clark, Reginald Smith, Daniel Stewart, John Jantz, Don Roberts, and David Lee.
Appreciate you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate you. And we need more reviews. Lead the reviews.
Yeah.
Good. I say good, bad, and ugly. Because I don't want to be one of those companies that's just after only good reviews.
Yeah,
of
we
course,
want-
that's what we want.
we want your
But we want you
feedback.
guys to be honest. Just give us your
Yeah.
feedback. Be honest with everybody. Give us the feedback. Tell us how we're doing, because the bad is what helps us become better. The good reviews is what ensures that we're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
But the bad and the ugly reviews is what help us be better. And you guys give us your feedback.
So much appreciated. And then finally, we would like to thank all of our drivers who stopped by during Driver Appreciation Week. It was a great time, and of course, we truly appreciate you guys. But Driver Appreciation Week was fun this year, and
It was.
we had a ton of our drivers.
Yeah,
was.
we
It
did
was.
something different this
And-
year, and it was a great success. And I think we're going to keep it going.
Thank you for helping us, and thank all the drivers for stopping by.
Yeah, thank you to the drivers for I think we're going to keep it going.
Who's the true winner?
The drivers.
The drivers.
The drivers.
But I do want to mention with the dispatch and operations team.
Oh,
their
they almost
setup
had
was-
us.
I mean, that Italian cafe was
They had an
amazing.
Italian cafe right here in the auditorium.
I walked out and I was like, this is not the same place.
I don't know.
I just walked
It,
in.
it looked great. It looked great, but there's no way they kept that within budget.
Oh no, they were out of money. But they had Mr. Bennyhoff on their
Yeah,
team.
yeah.
So Mr. Bennyhoff, he helped them out a little bit, and
It was excellent though, and it's always nice for me because I'm always in the office and I know I'm always putting out videos and different content. But when all the drivers come through, just getting to meet everybody and say hi, it's a lot of fun for me because I may see comments or you may stop by recruiting sometime, but I didn't actually get a chance to introduce myself. So when we do those events, it's a lot of fun because you actually get to say like, hey, what's up?
Yeah, and it was really nice during orientation. I had maybe 3 or 4 guys in there, and they're like, man, this is the first company that ever did anything like this. Usually they'll give us like a hat or a T-shirt, and it's like, all right, get back out there and have fun.
But let's be honest. How many times do you hear drivers say, "I've never seen this at a company"? What other things we do?
Everything.
It's common to hear
What?
that from drivers with
What?
KKW.
No way, you guys do that? Or
Yeah.
what? You guys don't do that? Or things like that. And if you want to find out what we're talking about, you're gonna have to come in here and check us out. So.
There you go. Good deal.
All right. Well, that actually takes us into quick hits.
Quick hits.
Nice. The 2019 calendar winners are going to be announced in the monthly email going out next week. Now, when are we recording? Of course, if you're hearing this podcast, the monthly email has already gone out.
Okay.
But included in that email is going to be the announcement that the top 3 and then I think it's the top 13 that made the calendar.
Yeah, 13.
So, and we got some amazing photos.
Great. Wonderful. Amazing. You're all winners. Everybody loves you. And it looks fantastic.
Our drivers are not just drivers; they are photographers.
Seriously.
Yeah. Especially Lane.
Yeah, Lane, you're really good.
Lane, shout out to Lane. He was a guest on this show. He actually came on to talk about photography on the road. Fantastic. And it's one of those things where I'm blown away because for somebody that's doing the digital marketing for the company, I'm not usually out on the road in a truck.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, you'll see me following Eddie around here or doing a training video with Oscar or, maybe we'll do something with Dennis Corral out in the back. But, I mean, the shots these drivers get on the road that I can never be there.
Amazing. And I've seen some beautiful pictures without trucks even in the pictures, and they're just like, wow, look at that sunset.
Yeah,
and that's what make you enjoy driving a truck, the things that you get to see while you're out there on the road that you would never see because you're not traveling like that, or myself because I'm not traveling like that anymore.
Yeah, that's why I think Pomona to Denver is my favorite drive. Because you see, Southern California, then you see the desert in California and in Arizona. Then you're in Arizona for like 15 minutes.
Right.
And then
Utah?
you hit Utah, which is, all those red mountains and beautiful sunsets and sunrises. And then you hit the Rockies.
Yeah.
Colorado Rockies.
I would say my favorite is I'm an I-5 lane type of guy. I like the I-5. I love to see a lot of green trees.
The trees, yeah.
It just looks so beautiful and green. Like, wow, look at all this life. That's a lot of life on the 5.
I like different things.
Yeah, we all different. Yeah, that's what makes the world.
Yeah, but yeah, it's like once you get out of California, California you see it's like desert. Then you go to Mount Shasta, and then that's beautiful, and then it's like green trees till Seattle.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, next up on Quick Hits, I hope all of our drivers, everybody at the office, has flipped their clocks back because it's officially November, which means time change.
Flip
Fall
it up
back.
or back?
Fall back.
Fall back.
Fall back. Correct. I knew that. I was just saying how much you knew.
Yes. So, of course, the time has changed by the release of this podcast, but we hope everybody's adjusted. Make sure that all the clocks, whether it's your watch or your truck or I know phones and stuff update automatically, but some of the other, old analog or static clocks don't. So just make sure you've updated everything and you're on that schedule.
And make sure you guys know that your deliveries are... The appointment time on your deliveries might be in a different time zone, so make sure you guys are paying attention to the time zones.
Correct. That's a good one there because if it says that if we send you a dispatch and it say you deliver at 11 a.m., that's Pacific time.
Local time.
Yeah.
Their local time.
No, that would be our time.
So if it says 8 o'clock Grand Junction, it's 8 o'clock Grand Junction their time, not our time, their time.
Oh, we might have to debate on this.
Oh,
one.
This just came up this morning. So
okay.
It's 8 o'clock Grand Junction time is an hour ahead of California time.
Correct.
So it'd be 7 o'clock our time.
Okay, perfect.
So make sure you guys account for that because Colorado and parts of Utah, Wyoming, and Montana, I believe, are in a different time zone than everyone else. And then Arizona is on their own program, and they do whatever they want, and they don't like playing nice with everyone.
They don't time change, right?
No, not at all.
Not
so
at all.
Sometimes we're our difference, and then sometimes it's the same.
Half the year we're the same, half the year we're different, and then if you it's funny.
Cool. All right, well, next up on Quick Hits, there has been a driver point policy change.
Yes, and it has been emailed out to all of the drivers. And if you guys check your email, you can actually hit the link and you can e-sign it.
Yeah.
Straight from your phone or your tablet or your computer, or you can stop by the office and sign it. Please stop by and make sure you get us that signature, or do it on your phone through the link.
Yeah, if you guys are in the area, or if you're a local driver listening to this and you still haven't signed it, make sure you guys stop by the Human Resources Department and see Alicia Bachman. And get it signed with her, or I think maybe Stephanie or Melissa might be able to help them.
They should be able to help with that.
Yeah.
They can either show you how to do an e-signature, or they'll have a paper copy that you can physically sign.
And if you don't want to walk upstairs or you're in a rush, you can also stop by the recruiting department. We can print those out for you and have you sign it as well.
All right. This is a little fun topic on Quick Hits this month, but weird spills from trucks on the road. So these are spills that happened in October, and there's actually a link here. I won't show you guys, but... the first one is steel balls. It was about the
like ball bearings.
Like I don't even. They were just steel balls, like just huge, probably.
Oh, big ones.
Yeah,
big balls.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
And they just flew across the road. They had a security camera footage of it, and I mean, you think of it, just how destructive that was.
Yeah,
right. That's scary.
Yeah, and I was like, holy cow! Like, what would you do if you're driving and steel balls just fell off of a trailer?
Wow.
That's nuts.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. So that was interesting. Another one was kitchen countertops. Again, they didn't have a video for this one, but they did have a photo, and it was an open trailer, or what is that, flatbed?
Flatbed.
Yeah, and they just slid off all the way down.
Tie 'em down,
like the marble tops.
Yeah.
Oh,
super
those
expensive.
are expensive. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's-
granite, and that's
Not only
really
that, they're
expensive.
heavy.
Very
heavy.
heavy.
And that's one thing that's always scared me about flatbedding. Like, I know they make like big money and the overweight loads and the oversized loads and all that stuff, but it's like, if you don't strap it down properly, yeah, you're gonna cause a lot of destruction.
Not only properly, you got to pull over. You're supposed to pull over every 2 hours to check your tarps to make sure.
Oh, really?
To check and make, because they loosen up as you
Yeah,
roll. So
yeah.
you got to get down and retighten them.
That's
and that's
another
why
thing.
they make so much money. They do a lot of
Yeah,
work.
I don't think I'd be able to roll 48 feet worth of tarp.
Yeah.
You know, those suckers get heavy.
But I pay homage to you guys out there that do it because it got to be done.
All right, and lastly, salad dressing. Apparently, yep, somebody didn't lock it down, and the freeway was covered in salad.
That's right up my alley right now with this diet I'm on.
You know what's funny though is I looked through this article and they didn't say what flavor. I was like, is this 1,000 Islands?
Right,
Is this,
right. What was it?
Yeah, ranch. I don't know.
Wow.
So that was funny though. And one of the other things that I found was really cool industry-wise was, according to Litex Inc., a San Diego-based supplier of video trucking systems, they collected data over the last few years on the riskiest days. Now, this is in general, and I'm assuming they're collecting this from wherever they're at, but they said Wednesday is the day of the week when most collisions occur, ironically, especially between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder why.
I have no idea. I mean, people must be falling asleep. I'm assuming, you're going to have to factor in there are people drinking and driving at that time.
So this is a good one for, our listeners out there. Let us know why you think that is. You guys that's out there on the road that drive the road around those hours, let us know. Comment.
So here are the other data points they found. Monday is the day of the week with the least number of collisions.
Just because this the most, either Mondays and Fridays when people call off the most.
Yes, that's exactly right. Because when I drive home on Mondays,
it's the Monday
it's
light.
less traffic. It's
Yeah.
really, really light.
Yeah.
I really like
Interesting.
Mondays
Yep.
because a lot of people, they party over the weekend, so they take off on that Monday.
Mondays are the
and then
best.
some people take vacations where they leave on a Friday and don't return to work on a Tuesday.
So the freeways are always like there in Southern California, anyways. It's rush hour traffic from like 1 o'clock in the afternoon on because people are trying to get out of the city, trying to get a jump on the weekend.
Yesterday was really good for me too because I think Halloween had a lot of people staying in for the next day. So I drove straight home to LA from Pomona with no traffic.
And a big smile on you.
With a smile on my face.
How long does that
I'm
drive
smiling
take you?
now.
What, 45 minutes?
To get home, when I carpool with Maria, it takes about 45 minutes. It depends on what time I leave. If I leave after 5, it takes me an hour and a half.
Dang.
If I leave before 3:30, it only takes me 45 minutes.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
45's
it's
okay.
rare for me to get out of here by 3:30.
So overnight, 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. is the time of day when the most collisions occur, and that actually matches up with point 1, that Wednesday from 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. is the most active. Friday is the day of the week during which they called near collisions occurred. Now, I don't even know how they measure that.
I was just gonna say, how do you know that?
I mean,
know?
that's
Are
probably
you calling your
if
insurance?
they-
Hey, I didn't hit anything.
That's what I'm saying.
But I just
I
want to
don't know how
let
they
you know I
measure.
almost hit something. All right? Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah, sure. I'll talk to you next time my renewal's up. Yeah, sure.
So I thought those were interesting. And then finally, for quick hits, I did want to bring up XPO logistics driver Steve, I think it's Ramaj. He's 59, was driving along the I-55 in Illinois, and he came upon a 2-vehicle accident. Now, he jumped into action because one of the vehicles was on fire and they could not get the door open. So he actually took a fire extinguisher, busted out a window, and pulled somebody out of a burning car.
Oh, you
Bravo.
great.
So,
You
hey,
know
Bravo.
what? That really doesn't surprise me because truck drivers are really great people.
Yeah.
Good deal that the news is spreading and people are starting to see how great truck drivers are. Hey, we appreciate you for getting out there and saving that
we just
person
want to
in that
recognize
car.
you know,
Yes.
somebody doing something
So
awesome.
Shout out to that driver. And all trucks have a fire extinguisher in them. And one of our local drivers, Richard Castaneda, I think I said that last name right.
Castaneda.
Yeah, he actually did almost the same thing, but except he took his fire extinguisher and put the car fire out.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
on the 5
Shout out
northbound
Richard.
Shout out Richard.
Wheeler.
What
That's
about-
amazing.
Yeah.
We didn't hit the news. We gotta get this story out.
we gotta
Hey,
send
what's
that out.
What's that XPO driver name again? Let's shout him out
Steve
again.
Ramaj.
Hey, Steve. Thank you, sir. Good job.
So, and then one last industry fact. There's been a 5.2% quarterly decline in freight shipments, according to the U.S. Bank Freight Payment Index. But they attribute this to Hurricane Florence. And they also said that overall orders are up 13%. So I wanted to bring that up for anybody that's kind of reading this headline. It may sound like, it was a bad quarter. 5% sounds like a lot. But actually, they just said that there were some logistics issues because of the hurricane.
Okay.
So orders are up.
Good deal.
Miles are still going higher, and
Good deal.
there's a lot of opportunity.
Oh, yeah.
there.
And prayers to any families that got caught in that
Absolutely.
hurricane. And hopefully you guys, repair everything as soon as possible. And hopefully your family's okay. Prayers out to you and your families.
All right, that does it for Quick Hits.
Quick hits.
Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into our first major topic this week. And Eddie, I'm going to toss it over to you. We are introducing a new quarterly safety quiz from the safety department. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, sure. I'd love to. So what we did is we put together some videos and a quiz. So what you're going to do is you can go to the link on our website once we roll it out. And if you take watch the videos and take the quiz, what happens is your name goes into a hat. we're going to pull a name out of the raffle, and we're going to pick some winners. So you're going to win. It's going to be a cash prize. Absolutely. So I think it's really, really good. And plus, it's educational. So anybody that's out there have never driven in winter, and we have a lot of drivers that's like that, start over the summer, and then when winter come, they get terrified. So we're just trying to make sure that you guys we're educating you as much as we can out there when you're out there in the winter.
Yeah, plus it's not as scary as some of these guys make it seem. I've chained up a bunch, and once you get good, maybe you're one of these guys that throw some blocks on the truck and use the blocks. You get it down to about 30 minutes. I just talked to a driver the other day, Chris. He bought the auto socks for his truck. He bought 6 of them, and I've used these the last 3 winters in the truck. They work wonderful. I'm never going to chain up again. And I can get these on in like 10 minutes, and I'm out of there.
And that's part of the quiz as well. We want to make sure you guys know what you should have while you're out there on the road. Make sure you have some perishable foods. Make sure you have the right clothing. Because my first time chaining up, I actually had gloves that wasn't waterproof. Yeah. And what happened was my hands got really soggy. And imagine like soggy hands in the snow and it's cold. Yeah. They were freezing. I had to get in the truck and turn on the heater just to cool off. Just to warm up so I can get back out and finish chaining up. So you want to make sure you have the right clothes.
Right clothes. Get some good blankets, some heavy blankets in the truck, some water. Just like Eddie said, some non-perishable foods like some those tuna packets, cup of noodles, those ready-made soups, those Campbell's. You just pop the top and you drink it out of the cup. Mm-hmm. Anything like that, just in case you guys get broken down. And that happens, not just the winter, but the winter's coming up. But we had a guy got stuck on the Grapevine during a mudslide for one of our owner-operators, and the mud was up to his window.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so, that can happen with the snow, or if you're bogged down somewhere and you can't move for a couple days, then you don't have to worry about it. And waterproof gloves. I suggest some boots. Boots are not mandatory for us, but I suggest some waterproof boots.
And you can also talk about the things that we gave for driver appreciation. That goes
the
on
ice
the bottom.
cleats.
Yes, that goes on the bottom of your shoes. That way, when you walk on ice, you don't slip.
Yeah, they're
so
slip
you can actually dig into the ice. So if you don't have any of those, please stop by the safety department. They will be glad to give them to you. And if anybody out there don't know how to chain up, you can stop by and come and see Mr. Oscar, Mr. Guzman. He'll show you how to chain up. He won't chain up for you. He's going to show you how to chain up. And also, I have a video on YouTube that you guys can go and watch.
Yeah, the video's good. And then we also do chaining every Monday and Wednesday in the afternoon. And then we don't throw the whole set. I won't make you guys throw the whole set.
Just a tire.
Just a tire, just so we know that you know what you're doing. You do one, you know how to do all of them.
And like Oscar said in the beginning, really quick, the snow isn't what people make you, make you think it is. Because when I got in the truck and I was terrified of the snow, because I'm from here, Southern California. The only snow I have ever seen is the snow coming out the machine in the park, and that's artificial snow, and we're not driving on it. So I was terrified, but I did drive in the snow, and once I drove in it once, I was like, oh, I can handle it.
Yeah, the big bad abominable snowman isn't gonna come and get you.
Correct. Slow down when you're in the snow, and don't use the jakes when you're in the snow.
No Jake brakes.
No Jake brakes.
So, real quick question: when it comes to those, like the cleats, the ice cleats for your shoe, are they easy to put on?
Yeah, they just slip on over your shoe.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So it's.
Since you asked that question, I'm pretty sure a lot of other people have that question. We're going to get you some, and we're going to videotape you putting them on, just so you can show how easy they are to put on.
Yeah.
Because I think sometimes, if you're like, oh man, do I have to just to do 30 minutes of chaining, I have to put on 30 minutes worth of strapping this thing on.
It'll take less to put both of them on. It'll take less than 30 seconds.
Okay, cool. There you go. Yeah. That sounds really good. All right. Well, getting back to the quarterly safety quiz, this first one will be about extreme weather conditions, and that extends, past just beyond winter. It'll also address some extreme heat, rain.
Yeah, so what it's going to be quarterly. So we're going to have 4 different sets of videos and also a quiz for every quarter. So every quarter we're going to roll out a new one, and every quarter we're going to pick a winner. So if you guys don't win this quarter, then you got another chance next quarter.
Right.
But everybody's a winner because you're getting educated.
And I do believe if you do the quiz and pass for all 4 quarters, we're also going to have an additional raffle for everybody that took every single quiz.
Correct. Yep. And I'm pretty sure.
Remember, guys, cash prizes.
It's prize. Gonna be money. I'm pretty sure the one, if you took all 4, that's going to be the big money. Yeah. We'll make sure they throw some big money at us. Like, see how I threw myself in there.
Yeah. So I just want to let everybody know the quarterly safety quiz is coming up. We don't have a solid date as of the recording of this podcast, but be sure to keep an eye out in the monthly email as well as social media, and I'm sure the safety department will send out a PeopleNet message as well as an email. So you guys should be aware when that is active, and be sure to participate. As Eddie mentioned, it's a good opportunity for a refresher, for some new knowledge, and just to test your skills. Look at it as something fun and an opportunity to win some cash prizes. So be sure to participate.
Money.
All right, and now we're back. This time we have a guest, and I'm very excited to announce that we have driver Reggie with us.
Big dog
Yes.
Reggie.
Thank you.
So is it just Reggie or is it Reginald?
It's Reg.
Well, look, my mom calls me Reginald. My friends call me Reggie. So
All right, well, Reggie, I call you Reggie Edgy.
Yeah, right, there you go. Like it.
Good deal.
Not a problem.
Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we're really glad that you're here, and we wanted to talk to you a little bit about just what your experience has been like driving for KKW.
Okay.
How long have you been here?
I've been here approximately since April. So what is that? About 6 months?
Yeah.
5 months so. Been here, and then from day one, it's just been an excitement for me. Been a total excitement for me.
And how long have you been trucking?
I've been trucking now a year.
A year?
We
Okay,
don't
you
hit
made
a
it
year.
Congrats.
Yes,
Congrats.
I'm really excited about that. Got a little, got my boots all laced up, so I'm excited. So it's been a lot of fun. I mean, from day one, since I came to KKW, it's been nothing but a plus from day one.
Good deal. We appreciate you, too, for bringing your son over here as well.
Oh yeah. He's always telling me every week how he's going to beat me in miles and he's going to do this.
Yeah.
Hey, look. You can't compete. I'm 58. He's 21. I'll be like, go for it.
That's right. And that's what I was telling you the same thing when I saw you some weeks ago. I was like, hey, your son is bigger, faster, and better.
Right.
And you was like, that's how I want him to be.
That's
and that's
right.
how we all want our kids to be better
Exactly.
than us. Because I think he got a new truck in about 2 months.
Oh, he did.
How long did it take you?
It took me about 2 months.
About 2 months?
Almost
Nah,
3
you
months.
about
3 months.
3.
Maybe 3 months.
Yeah.
3 months. About 3 months.
Let's
yeah.
let Alec. Let's let
Hey.
Lil Smith have this.
Hey,
one.
let him have
Let
it.
him shine.
But I just don't want you to forget, he's a chip off the old block.
That's right.
I think
That's right.
I think it's in the genes, man. Because you guys just took to it like fish to water, man. You guys got new trucks. You guys been running good. Even Alexander on his road test, I was like, he's good to go. And Eddie's like, no, we're gonna send him out with his dad for training. I was like, really? He got it in the hole first shot, and it's not easy out here in the yard, especially like some of these guys that have been driving 2-3 years, they can't get it.
And the reason I did that because I wanted him to be exactly like his dad.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
it worked. It worked
Yeah.
because he's one of the star players here. He hadn't been here too long, pretty young in his career, and I'm talking about the dispatchers love him. So whatever you told him and trained him on is great.
Right.
And we might have to get some more drivers with you and let you do some coaching out there.
Hey, I have no problem with it. I mean, I'm all for whatever KKW wants to do. I'm a team player. I wants to be on the team. Matter of fact, I got another son that's getting ready to go to school and get his training, get his license, because what I'm doing and what Alexander is doing, he's all excited now.
Well, one of the other things we really wanted to talk to you about, you have been one of the best drivers that we have giving referrals. So, one of the things we wanted to ask you is, when you're out there, when you're at a truck stop, when you're meeting other drivers, how do you approach, referrals?
Well, I think that first one that I'm going to say is that the most exciting thing for me is that the company sold me on the idea. And once they sold me on the idea, I became the believer in believing what the company does. Because they treat me good, then I'm going to feel very confident in telling somebody about the company. So,
Believing in
really,
the product.
Yes, and believing in the product. You have to believe in the product. But I take the approach of every morning because you know what? All the people out in the world is looking for one thing and one thing every single day. They're looking for an opportunity. And if we got good news, we're not supposed to keep it to ourselves. And I always give people the opportunity. I might see someone in the parking lot and say, hey, how you doing? Great. Well, what do you do? And they tell me, but you know what I'm waiting for? I'm waiting for them to ask me what I do.
Right.
Because people always want to brag on themselves.
Oh, so you let them brag on
I let them brag on themselves. And I go, yeah. Then, the line's going to come. They're going to say, well, what do you do? Oh, they shouldn't have did that. They shouldn't have did that. And that's when I get them in there. I rope them in. And I tell them about the company, all the benefits we have. What's the difference between their company versus our company? From the owner of KKW all the way down to the littlest guy at KKW, if there's any little guy at the KKW, but we all are smiling. And when you want to be a part of that, you know, when you be a part of the atmosphere where people are professionals, they're going to treat you with a lot of respect. And all the opportunities we have in washing your car, washing your clothes, and taking a shower, you know, 24-hour access. When you want to be a part of that, when you want to be a part of something that makes people just feel comfortable. See, for me, it's not about the money. It's about how you treat me. So if you treat me well, I'm going to make the money because the company stands for making a lot of money. So so that's where it starts. So and other thing that I do is make sure that I'm never hard up. You know, you can't be out there recruiting people and be hard up and just telling them things that's not true. I take it from Eddie when Eddie will say, you know what, I'm not going to lie to you about anything. Everything I'm going to tell you is going to be the truth. I love that, you know, because I take on that same approach when I'm approaching people out there. So, and then the other thing that really kills the deal for me is that you cannot go out there and recruit and don't have something to give. But a business card to me is worth $1 million. Gotcha. I don't give them my business card with the company until I know they're going to give me their information. Because we got the exchange.
Oh, so you take their information
I get
too.
Their,
That's
oh,
why
yeah,
you're so good
yeah.
at
So you know, because you know, if I'm giving you $1 million, then I need to be able to get back in contact with you, right? So my business card is worth $1 million.
There you go.
You know, so I'll give you $1 million card. You give me a phone number, email, whatever the case may be. And then the other thing, if I have an opportunity, I'm just really feel good about this particular person, and I'm just like, I can't wait. I get on the phone and I'll call and I do what I call a 3-way call. And I sell Eddie and the team in the recruiting department. I sell them and I let them do it, and I just back away and let them do their thing.
Good man.
My job is done. That's the whole key.
And I can tell that you really believe in the company because you brought your son here.
Exactly.
If you didn't believe in KKW, you wouldn't have brought your son here. No. You would have been like, you know what, son, let's go here or go there. I'm only here for this much amount of time. I'll be out of here soon. So you really believe in the company, and that's why you are good at what you do. Yeah.
But that's the whole key.
Drivers out there, get on the ball. Reggie out there, he is the recruiter out there. We got to get him some recruiting shirts because you recruit hard and it's highly appreciated. So Dustin came up with the idea of like, let's have one of our guys out there that, you know, speak highly of the company that really recruits really good out there. So I thought of you, and that's why we brought you in.
And I tell you, one other thing that I add to my recruiting is I come dressed KKW. And a lot of times the drivers see me, I got my hat on, I got my, you know, I'm
you got it right now.
My truck is clean, you know, because I'm representing the company.
You're
so being representing the company, I got to look the part. So that sells because every time I pull up, say, man, that truck looks good. Oh, what you do that for? You know, that's another way to get into to start a conversation. So once you initially get meet a person, get that conversation started, but allow them to brag on themselves first, and you come back because they're gonna ask you, well, what do you do? You know.
Yeah, you brought your trainer from your last company too.
Oh yes.
Oh
he loves it. He loves it.
Every time I see him, he said he love it here.
Oh yeah, he love it here. You know, one thing about it is that once they do come and be a part of KKW, I talk to a lot of the people that I brought in like practically every week. I talk to them. Because we're always communicating, and I've been good feedback, you know, and that puts me in a good position because I know that I'm with a solid company, and I know that I'm helping someone make a difference in their life. What else can you do as a human? What else can you do? There's nothing else you can really do. Because I tell people all the time, if I can show you something that's different than what you're experiencing, would you be interested in just take a moment to hear what I have to say?
Yeah.
You know?
Plus, talking to, like you said, you talked to all the people that you referred, your son, your trainer, all that good stuff, and everybody is saying the same good things, having the same good experience. That way, you know you're not an outlier.
Exactly.
You know, it's not. I'm not. Oh, maybe I just got lucky. I'm getting great dispatchers. I have a great dispatcher. I had good training. Whatever. You know, everybody else is having the same experience,
right?
So you know nobody's lying to each other.
Exactly,
you know?
exactly.
Yeah, we all say the truth is easier to remember. So to you other trucking companies that's out there listening, at KKW podcast, the #1 podcast out there. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not kidding.
Don't do that.
Yeah, just be honest. That's the best way. You know, always be honest. And same with you. Be honest to any driver you're speaking to, you're recruiting. Always tell them the truth because you want to sleep at night. You don't want to play with anybody's livelihood and tell them, hey, you're going to do A and Z, and then they come over here and they not doing A and Z. They only doing A to C.
Right.
So you always be honest.
Right. I tell you, one other recruit that comes in and he sticks in my mind all the time because he doesn't call me all the time, but when he do call me, he calls me with some real key points. And one thing that he always says, his name is Carl. One thing he always says, he said, "Man, Reg," he said, "I thank you, man. I thank you. You know, because me and my wife, we're doing things, we're making things happen, and my wife wants to come on board, you know." And I just sit back there and I just said, "Wow."
Yeah,
you know,
Carl,
that's what
my
you want
guy.
to hear. You know,
Yeah.
that's what you want to hear. You know, and that's when you know that you're doing what you need to do to help people be successful. Because you got to think of people first before you can think of anything else that you want to offer.
For sure. Well, while we're still talking about the referral program, I did want to bring up, you know, we do offer a referral bonus every time somebody comes on board. And just so all of our drivers and all of our listeners know, you get paid that bonus, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Awesome. Yeah. I just want everybody to hear it.
Let me let them hear something. I got something they would love to hear, Reggie. Let's let them hear something.
The December thing?
We had $1,000 referral.
We up
How
it-
many
we-
drivers did you bring that month? Or those couple months we had that $1,000
We
referral?
6 or
double it.
7.
Yeah.
6 or 7.
Yeah.
So you guys do the math. We were paying $1,000, and he
driver.
brought 6 or 7 drivers here.
Right.
His first couple of months here at the company. So he's still spending referral money.
Exactly. Hey, and you know what? They do what they say they're going to do, and it did happen. My paycheck
Good.
was totally different.
That's awesome.
Good deal. Well, we
Absolutely.
appreciate you. We appreciate your hard work.
One of our dispatchers, Will, his son is in his high school band, and they had a competition out at Riverside Community College a couple weeks ago. And the yard hostler, Dennis Corral, took one of our new trucks and pulled their high school band trailer and stayed out there the whole day with them. Our dispatcher, Will, was there with his family. And Dennis donated his time, and then the company donated the truck for the day.
Wow.
Yeah.
KKW is the best.
Wow.
Yeah.
All I got to tell you that, you know, it's not just driving for KKW. It's not just all the things we do, but it's all about what KKW thinks about, and they think about family. And
Yeah.
it's very
Oh,
important.
man. Very
It's
family oriented.
Very family.
Yes.
My brother used to work here. He used to wash the trucks till he moved to Phoenix. And then my sister wants to come on board, but we're not hiring any office personnel right now. Yeah, very family oriented. I never had any issues when I was a driver getting any days off that I needed, whether it was my daughter's birthday or trick-or-treating or anything like that. Very family oriented.
We try. You know, those are the busiest times of the year. You know, you have Black Friday after Thanksgiving, so we do have a lot of goods moving around that time. The dispatchers are really, really good. Sometimes they scramble and try to get as many drivers home as they can, but our drivers do work the holidays, and we do thank you guys that's out there, the ladies and gentlemen that's out there working these holidays, because without a truck, we don't have anything. We won't have no Black Friday goods to go and pick up if we didn't have truck drivers to go and deliver them.
Right.
And around Christmas time, we're out there playing Santa Claus.
Right.
You know, we were really playing Santa Claus when Toys R Us was here.
Oh, man.
But Toys R Us. But
R.I.P.
yeah. But yeah, you guys do work holidays, and we do appreciate the hard work, but our dispatchers are great. And you know, if a guy worked a couple holidays before, he'll try to work it out to where you can get a holiday home with the family. And that's what makes trucking so tough, and that's why we appreciate you guys so much.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you from the bottom of my heart, being a driver, understanding I ran those holidays. I was on a truck for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. So I appreciate the work, and I understand what it is to do that. So Reggie, you're highly appreciated, and we thank you for being here. We also have some other things that I know Dustin want to go over with you. We want to just get to know Reggie now. Let's get to know Reggie.
One of the things I would say at the end of all the excitement, guys, all I got to tell you is don't be shy. Just come on by.
There you go. Good deal. So we got some things we want to run past you. We want to get to know Reggie a little bit more. A little bit, you know, to get some information from Reggie. Like, I'm going to hit him. Let's say, what's your favorite movie, Reggie? What do you like? What favorite movie do you have out there? No matter how old or how new it is, what's your favorite?
Scarface.
Ooh,
Scarface.
really?
And I wish you guys could have seen his face right now. I wish you could have seen his face when he said Scarface. He tried to put his Scarface face on to say Scarface. Good deal. Good deal.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, that's an old school one,
Yeah,
too.
old school. Oh,
You know,
yeah.
that movie almost
Hey.
got an X rating
Right.
because of the shower scene with the chainsaw.
Yeah.
The original cut, they showed it.
Uh-huh.
And then they had to change it to where they show the face with the blood splatter.
Yeah.
So they could get that R rating. But
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it almost didn't really go to theater at
What
all.
you think about? Do you think they should ever come out with a 2?
No.
Some movies just don't touch them.
They should have came out with the first one.
You know, that's you know, I'm telling you something. That's a movie that, you know, a lot of people that really understand it. It wasn't so much of what they did in the movie. It was the struggle and how they came from one place and come to another. And that was the only thing they knew.
Right.
And they didn't stop. They did it. You know, it got kind of crazy on the end, but that's a classic movie. Classic movie.
Sure.
You know, you get
And
one of a kind.
Let's get one from Dustin.
Yeah,
What you got
well,
for
Reggie,
Mr.
what is your favorite snack out on the road when you're driving?
Wow. Lay's potato chips.
Yeah, the classic Lay's.
Yes, the classic Lay's.
Plain
The yellow
ones?
package, the plain.
Wow.
I don't want that lemon. I don't want none of that stuff.
All right, don't say nothing about this. I like the green bag
Yeah,
too
I don't-
now.
I-
So
man,
I
like it plain.
Leave my green
what's
bag
so good
alone.
what's so good about having it plain? If you want to add something to it, you can taste it.
Right.
That's what's so good
Yeah,
about it.
that makes sense.
Yes.
Like some
Hey, Lays.
Tapatio and lime.
Reggie should get an endorsement for that
Yeah,
one.
shout out,
You
Lays.
owe him a check for that one right there.
Yeah.
All right, Goose, let's see what you got for Reggie.
What's your favorite music to drive to? Favorite driving music?
Jazz.
Jazz
Really?
music.
That's awesome.
Watercolors.
Oh yeah, it's soothing, huh?
Yes, jazz. Man.
Jazz
I mean,
music. I
Hmm.
would have
Yeah,
never
you-
thought that.
How about
Yes.
you, Goose?
I need to get hyped up sometimes. Most of the time, so I listen to like a lot of like rock or like rap, anything that gets me like going crazy. Papa Roach, anything stupid.
See,
like
myself, what I learned while I was out there, if you listen to the same music, you get tired.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I would switch it up. I listen to all genres, every single thing. You can catch me listening to Three Doors Down. So I love me when you go. Love me when you
I think
do.
you said you started to get into country while you
Everything
were.
I had to
man.
because if I at first, you know, I love hip hop,
Right.
and I'm listening to all hip hop and R&B, and it wears on you. It's like I heard these songs 1,000 times. Let me hear something else, and it keeps you awake. And then you know when you hear new music, is you can stay awake listening to new music.
Cool,
Old
'cause
music
you're
can
listening to the
bore
words.
you and put you to sleep.
Yeah.
So you want to listen to
Well,
new music.
one of the things that I always do, I do have a variety of music I listen to, but I also, you know, I have my gospel in there. I'm listening to Joel Osteen all the time, and you know, on the Sierra radio. So I mixes it up, you know, a lot because I think it's important. But jazz just have you just cool and mellow.
You just a
Yeah.
cool
no
guy.
yelling,
man.
no
You're a
yelling and
cool
screaming.
guy. There
You know,
go.
and you
Cool,
get it
man.
all. You know, you listen to. So I just think that it's great for me. You know, and I do switch over and I listen to a little rap and all, you know, and all these other people. So I have a variety, and country music is the bomb, by the way.
Country music, yeah, I started getting into what some people don't consider country music at all. It's like, what are they calling it now? Like country hip hop or something,
Right,
where it's
right.
like kind of more poppy.
Yeah,
And-
it's not like the old traditional country music. It's more upbeat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you, Dustin? What's some music from you?
I mean, I think we've talked a little bit. You know, my favorite genre of music to listen to, I listen to it at my desk, is movie themes. So I listen to a lot of
Movie
John
themes.
Williams, Star
Okay.
Wars, Jurassic Park, Home Alone. Yeah, a lot of movie themes.
Good deal,
awesome.
good deal.
Awesome.
Everybody's
Yeah.
different in
Yeah,
the
oh, yeah,
world. That's
yeah,
what makes
yeah.
the world.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
So
without a
you have
doubt.
anything else from Mr. Smith?
Well, we'll throw it over to you. I mean, do you have any final words for any of the listeners? It doesn't necessarily have to be in regards to like referrals or anything, but if you could tell somebody who is thinking about coming aboard at KKW, you know, what would you want to leave as kind of your lasting impression there?
I think that I will leave them with a happy thought of knowing that whatever I do with KKW is more important to me that I help them and show them that things could be different than what's currently going on in their life. Because we do need a lot of soul searching with a lot of people that we meet. There's a lot of things that are going on out there. And, you know, I just feel KKW have a great medicine to make a difference, you know, because they know how to treat people.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to leave that expression on people at the end of the day.
Awesome.
And then it helps a lot because when they come here, it'll be just like what I told them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when you know you sold the deal, you sold the company. But like I said earlier, if it wasn't for the company making me feel good,
Yeah.
how could I feel good today? And how could I feel good in recruiting? And how could I feel good in driving?
Yep.
How could I feel good in just speaking to people? I mean, I'm one of the drivers that every time they're going down the road, I wave because they're part of the KKW team. I wave all the time, every truck. that goes out. I
Yeah,
really,
I think I said on the podcast one time, I get mad if you don't wave back to me. I remember your truck number.
Me too. I'm the same way. Well, I really appreciate you, Reggie. I appreciate you working here at the company. I appreciate being on your team.
Thank you.
You know, here at KKW, we don't play big eyes and little U's. We're all equal here. We're all on the same team. We win together. We lose together. Absolutely. And I just want to say I appreciate you for being on my team, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and for everybody that comes in for an in-person interview, and sometimes we do a road test right before you guys get to orientation, don't ever be determined or deterred by the fact that if you fail the road test before you start orientation, you can always come back.
Just want them to be safe.
It's all about safety.
You got to imagine, you know, if you're working at a company and you're around truck drivers, my grandmother, I always say it all the time, she drives from LA to Palm Springs and she's 73 years old. I don't want to put anybody in a truck that don't know how to handle themselves or I'm not sure of that's going to be, you know, great out there. So if you fail one of our road tests, if you feel you have the skill now, come back. We'll accept you with open arms. We just want to be safe all across the board.
Safety is priority number one.
Don't quit. Keep going.
Yeah.
Thank you,
all right,
Reggie.
well, Reggie, thank you so much for coming on the show. We really appreciate it. And hey, we were really excited that you're here in person. Originally, we had talked about, hey, can we get Reggie on the phone? And you actually are here in the studio.
Yeah.
Right.
And
well, it's because usually when he's here, drops his paperwork, gets us loaded. All right, guys, later, and then I'm out of here. You know,
come here at night. They're in the break room.
Yeah.
Having a party.
At 4 o'clock, they all start poking their heads in. And it's like,
it's unfortunate for me. I may be in Denver, Colorado, Utah.
Good man.
But it's all fun. Thank you.
We really appreciate it.
You got it. Thank you.
All right, we're back again, and we have another guest for this week's episode. Very excited to bring in Alicia Bachman. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Sure.
All right. Well, we're really excited. I know you've actually been with KKW how many years?
17 years. This October actually is the mark of 17 years for me. I actually started with a temp agency and wasn't hired on until March the following year. So really I celebrate, in my mind, 17 years.
Wow, that's amazing, Alicia.
Yes, so I feel like I grew up here.
You did.
Seriously.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, you've actually worked in almost every department, right?
Well, to start with the company, I worked in the accounting office and filled in for the AP desk. They had me kind of maneuvering around into the departments. I went into recruiting last, started as a recruiting assistant, and had some changes throughout the time with the company.
Oh, that's so amazing. You got about, 50 more years left in you?
Yes, I hope so. Yes, I hope the
deal.
company has me 50 more years.
I think they will.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, one of the things that I know you've been up to recently is you've been reaching out to drivers to get feedback. Could you tell us a little bit about what you're trying to do and what the what the goal of the company is with that?
The main goal is that we're wanting to hear from our drivers. It's important to find out, as our drivers are employed, what improvements we could make. We actually don't want to know at the end. We want to know while you're employed with us and what can we do to help keep our drivers happy and, again, make improvements to help our drivers.
So you've been reaching out to drivers. Are you emailing them, calling them? What should they expect?
Myself and our recruiting assistants, Stephanie and Melissa, are all reaching out to our newer drivers. We'd like to check in with the drivers, just check in and find out how things are going. I hear Eddie tell our drivers, we'd like to know the good, the bad, the ugly.
Well, it's interesting you bring that up because on this podcast, Eddie and Oscar have both said that for, any new drivers or really any of our drivers, they can feel free to give them a call if they have any questions or they want to talk to somebody about something.
Yeah, and that's true. We want the drivers to reach out to us, and not just the newer drivers. We want all of the drivers to reach out to us. I know you have started with just the newer drivers. I know you have plans to try to reach out to everybody. We have a lot of drivers. So our drivers that has been with us for a while, feel free to stop by. We have a suggestion box inside of the inside of the driver's lounge, and every time I get one of those cards, I bring it up to Alicia. So that's where those cards go. If you didn't know where they go, I'm not just keeping those cards to myself. I take them to Alicia and she shares them with the team. So we highly appreciate you guys taking effort to correct anything that we feel need to be corrected. And I say we because I consider myself a driver still. And we appreciate you guys. We really do appreciate you guys trying to make everything better for us here at KKW.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, and Alicia does take those suggestions very seriously, so make sure you guys are being serious with them and not just making jokes about taking the password off of the HBO channel.
And it is important for us to hear, and we are sharing this information with our executives, so it's being shared to the top, actually.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Well, one of the other things I know we wanted to talk about was sponsorship. And this is something that the company does, but we haven't actually broadcasted on this podcast before, and it's something we want to highlight today on this show. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
We'd like to make sure that the drivers know, back in March, we announced a program we put in place that supports the next generation by offering sponsorship to support our employees and our owner-operators' sons and daughters' sports team and civic activity. So the maximum sponsorship is $250 to support one of our employees' sports teams or civic activity. We'd love for our employees to take advantage of the sponsorship for their family. If you'd like, you can also have your wife contact me, and I can give them more details. And I know that sometimes the wife will have a form, and they can work with me so that we can turn that in to the organization. I know that it can be expensive, and this can help lessen the burden on the family. Especially with the holidays being right around the corner, you can reach out to me, and I can place your family on the list. And if you don't have my contact information, you can always reach out to recruiting. Recruiting can then transfer you over to me, because I know sometimes you may forget who is the person I need to speak to. You can always check back with recruiting.
For everybody that doesn't know, where do you sit, in the office if somebody wanted to stop by?
We're upstairs. I'm actually right next to our FTS manager, Bob, and we're in the left-hand corner.
All right, cool.
Perfect. Is this just for drivers or is this for admin as well?
This is for admin as well. It's for
Okay.
for our employees and owner-operators.
All right.
And then,
Yes.
so you'll sponsor them or the team up to $250?
We can sponsor their family member, the immediate family,
Okay.
or if not, the team.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Oh, that's
And
great.
my daughter
Yes.
needs batting practice lessons, so.
Yeah, so just what you can do is I can add her to the list, and we can make sure that once it becomes available, we'll reach out.
Oh, that's
Okay,
great. That's
cool.
wonderful.
Awesome.
Thank you guys for that.
Well, one of the if we're talking about drivers' families, you had mentioned, the holidays are coming up, and we want to invite our drivers to bring their families to the events and to some of the festivities that we'll have going on here at the office and at some of the locations.
Yes, Thanksgiving is almost here, and we'd like to let everyone know that we're celebrating. You can bring your family. It's nice to be able to bring your family, and also so that we can meet your family.
Sure.
If you're on the road, don't worry. If you won't be able to make it, your family can come and share the stay with us. We'd love to meet them, and we'll also have a craft table set up for the children.
Cool.
cool.
I know.
That's neat.
Yeah, that's something I don't think we didn't do that last year. I
No.
can't speak to. I mean,
No.
you've been here 17 years. I've been here for
I
one
think this may
Thanksgiving.
be the first for
Yes.
the crafting.
Yes, this will be new for us. It's nice to be able to have our employees get together and celebrate. And why not celebrate with your family at work?
And is this just a Thanksgiving thing, or is this something that we're going to be doing throughout the year with different holidays?
Yes, you'll see that we would like to make sure that we're incorporating family.
No.
We'd like to meet our driver family, and feel free to join the events that we hold and bring them.
Yeah, it was really cool. Brian this year actually brought his kids and took them trick-or-treating throughout the building. And it came with his wife, dressed as a hippie.
Yeah,
and then
they were
him
really
and his son
nice.
were like Jedis, and his daughter was a nurse, and it was really nice. It was really cute. Yeah.
Fun times, huh?
Really,
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah.
Good deal, Brian.
On the topic of giving back, that also leads us right into another topic about charities, or what are some causes or opportunities that our drivers or really any of our employees would like to get involved with, and how can KKW help? So I think that's something you're very knowledgeable about. How would somebody tackle something like that?
Yeah, well, to start, we'd like to hear from our drivers and find out which charities they may belong to, or the family members belong to. We'd like to hear from them. Give me a call again to share this information with me, because we'd like to get involved and help out the community. And again, if you would like to contact us, you can reach out to recruiting. Recruiting can then ask for myself to get on the line and speak to you.
And hey, I mean, as the digital marketing guy, I mean, if you're a part of a charity and you want to kind of raise your profile, I'll be sending out press releases to the charities and good causes that we're involved with to try to get some, news and press, which is excellent. Because we really want to help, raise awareness for all these good causes.
Right, let's do it. So you guys bring the charities to the table. Bring your families around to the facility. We just want to, welcome the charities to KKW and reach out to everybody that we can.
Yeah, and then we also just want to be able to make sure that we let you guys know everything that we're thankful for, our family, stable employment, and make sure that everyone knows how important it is for us to be able to be in an industry that's always going to be around.
Correct. Yeah, we're here forever. KKW forever.
It's growing too. It's there's great opportunity here.
Right, you're right.
Yes. Drivers, we're thankful for all your hard work. We know you're out there on the road, and we appreciate all the hard work you do for us.
That's great. I tell them all the time how much I appreciate the drivers. Appreciate you guys. Thank you guys. You guys that's on the road right now. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry, I just have a habit of saying guys all the time. But I mean, ladies and gentlemen, we do thank you all. Thank you for your hard work. Keep up the hard work, because without you, we wouldn't have nothing that we have. Everything that's touched is brought to us by a truck driver. That's the reason why I was saying, Black Friday and Christmas, we're out there playing Santa Claus. So this is a way for KKW to just show their appreciation to you guys out there. So thank you, everybody that's out there on the road and listening to our podcast right now. Yeah. And future employees as well. If you're listening to our podcast, come on board. I'm pretty sure you see how great of a company this is, and I love being here.
Yes.
All right. Well, while we have Alicia on the show, let's have a little bit of fun too. I know. Eddie
I always want to ask. I always like asking this question. Like, I want to know a little bit about Alicia. So, what is your favorite movie?
Oh, that's a hard one. I actually. I can't think.
You
of
can give us a couple,
movie.
or if you can't think of one, I got another one here for you.
I can't think of a favorite movie, but I can tell you what type. I like funny movies. Or if not, love movies.
So what's the last movie you saw that you really enjoyed?
Oh, last movie I saw that I really enjoyed.
Doesn't have to be in the theater. It could be on your couch sitting at home on a Sunday. Something came on TBS.
One of the ones that always makes me laugh is La Bamba.
La
Bamba. That's one.
Man, taking it old school.
Yes, I was snapping a friend at the same time and snapping some pictures of the movie I was watching, and everybody responds, "Oh, I love that movie."
Yeah,
I don't know. That's just one of my. I could say that's one of my favorite.
I like
movies.
funny movies too. I like action movies, so I'm really waiting. It's a movie I'm waiting on because it's funny and it has action together. I'm waiting on that Bad Boys 3. I think that's
Did
gonna be
that
a
just
great
get announced
movie.
today on record day?
Not today, but
They've been announced, but they're starting to record now, I believe. It's not coming out until 2020, so it's going to be a big production movie.
Hannibal Buress, he's a comedian. He has a joke about Will Smith making Bad Boys 25 or something. It's like between those and the Men in Black movies, like they're just gonna keep making those.
Smith,
that's a good movie. That's a funny movie and it has action, so that's my favorite.
With the Martin character,
Martin,
right? Yeah, so I love him.
And Will Smith.
Every time I I just get freaked out. I just start thinking, woosah, woosah.
I like Mike Larry.
Mike Lowry.
Yeah.
The smooth guy.
Yeah.
So let's see. You got some. We're trying to get to know Alicia right now. What do you have for her, Oscar?
What's your favorite kind of music?
Oh, I'm old school. So as you could tell, look at the movie I referenced.
La Bamba.
But I'm actually into like 70s and 80s.
So like
I like the
Bee
music
Gees?
now too, but no, more of like flashbacks. So if I ever have a party or if I ever attend one of your parties, I'm always telling the DJ what to play.
Good deal.
In order to get me on the dance floor.
Backseat DJ.
Well, I'm gonna if you ever come to my party, I'm gonna get a list. I'm gonna have you give me a list of music you like, so we make sure we get you on the dance floor.
If you know me, that's how you'll know me with music.
Okay,
70s and 80s.
so why give us some examples.
Okay, again, you're gonna throw me off. I'm not good with the artist or the song name, but it's more of the songs. Recognizing
My
the
wife's
song.
the same way. She
What's
don't
that
know
one
any
song
artist
that goes
name,
like
but
this?
she know what she like when she hear it.
You're like, oh, yeah, you're talking about this song. Yeah, you're like, yeah, that one. Then 2 weeks later, she'll ask you the same question.
At one of our last events, this last summer, Brian and his wife had played, and we would ask them to. We would request some songs. So what's a song? A song is like Diamond Girl, which is like an '80s flashback song.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's a song. There's an
So
example.
young and like old music.
I think it's because of my family. My family grew up in the 70s and 80s.
Okay.
So the music, as I grew up, was more of getting familiar with them. And my dad was a DJ, so...
Oh, for real?
Yes.
Oh, that's
so,
awesome.
And oldies. I like
And
oldies.
you know when Brian was playing at that at the event that was a year ago, I didn't know it was Brian until about 3 hours in. I looked over and I was like, "Are they live?" And I'm like, "Oh shoot, that's Brian!"
Yes.
And for you guys don't know which Brian I'm talking about Brian the dispatcher that's here overnight. They sound really good.
Was
like
that at the
really,
banquet in Chino?
Yes,
At
yes,
the hangar?
yes.
Yeah,
Him
I
and his
missed-
wife.
I missed that one.
Him and his
Oh,
wife.
that was
They
a
sound
beautiful
really
time.
good. And that, he said that's actually how they met.
In a, like playing?
Yes.
Oh, that's
playing.
cool.
Yeah,
That's
that is
cool.
great.
That's awesome.
Yes.
So, just are we ready to close it out?
Well,
Do
actually,
you have anything else for Alicia?
I have one more question.
All right, let's go.
And I actually have the pleasure. I get to sit next to Alicia at work.
Yes, sir.
And I wanted to ask you, what is your favorite office snack?
Oh,
Dustin should know I have a sweet tooth. So I love Halloween because I love candy. Yeah, so chocolates, sour.
everybody's got candy on their desk right
Yes,
now.
I
Yeah.
know, and
Yeah.
we can't stop eating it.
Yeah.
Yep, my trash can is full of candy wrappers. Guilty.
Do you go get it from Alicia?
I mean,
Are you
I'm
sharing, Alicia?
We get it-
scavenging all over the office.
We
Yeah.
get it from all the departments.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
I had it at my desk, I'd probably eat it all. So
Miss-
I got to take advantage of the gym next week. Our
Yeah,
workout
there you go.
room
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, and then Fridays are like donut and bagel day. Everybody.
Yeah, you
brings
always
their-
bring
Yeah.
donuts,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I try as often as I can, and then accounting and billing has like a running like donut watch bill. that,
Oh,
like,
yeah, they do. Yeah.
Yeah, like today Julie brought in bagels and this big tub of cream cheese.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah,
healthy.
they offered me some. I'm trying to stay away. Eddie, stay away.
Yeah, you're on a veggie diet, right?
Yeah, not really so much a veggie diet. I'm just trying to eat clean. We're in the, weight loss challenge.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to win. I like to win. I'm a winner. And that's why I'm here at KKW, because we're winning.
Yeah. You're gonna be withering away is what you're gonna be doing.
It's okay. I'll
You're
get
gonna
it
hit like
back.
160. You're gonna look like a mess.
I'll get it back.
He's probably getting ahead for the holidays.
There you go.
Oh, that's
There you
true.
go. You know,
The holidays are coming up. Dang, it's almost the new year.
yes, this year went by pretty
Oh,
fast.
man.
So is there anything else you would like to say to the drivers out there before we close it out?
No, again, just making sure that they know we appreciate you. We'd love to hear feedback. We'd love to hear from your family regarding taking advantage of the sponsorship. And we look forward to meeting your family. Please make sure that you're sharing this with them. I was thinking that it'd also be a good idea to create a flyer so that we can mail that home so that the family can read it and join us.
Well, thank you, Alicia. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you for joining us
Yeah,
on the
thank you so much.
podcast.
Welcome.
Continue. Hopefully, you have 50 more years left
Yes.
in you. I'm pretty sure KKW hope you do. And we appreciate you for coming by.
Thank you.
50 more.
All right, let's go into our trivia segment on this month's show. I'm very excited for this. We did trivia once before, and it was a lot of fun. I know you guys are both super competitive.
Yeah.
I'm
but
not super competitive.
You are,
I'm
Mr.
just-
Google.
I just.
All right, I lied. You're not super. You're super competitive.
He's a really smart guy,
I'm super
too.
super
I'll
motivated.
take my hat off. You're a really smart guy, too.
So, guys, this is trucking trivia. So I hope you're excited because these are some fast facts that are interesting. And if you're out on the road and you just want to impress somebody, throw it out.
Good
See,
deal.
see what people
Yeah,
say.
I've been using the old truck trivia that we
we had
do a
fun with
while
it
ago.
at the California Trucking Show.
Yeah, we did. We had a good time.
Yeah, I've been using that. Which one was it? The 2 million drivers and then 1 million at any given time out on the road.
Something like that.
It's
yeah.
two I use the most. One of them is how many gallons of fuel does the trucking industry consume per year?
I forgot that
It
one.
was 50 million.
That's
Holy
right.
cow.
Yeah.
I got it. So I'm one up.
All right, here we go. Question number 1. In how many states is trucking the #1 profession? So, a hint, it's not all 50.
In how many states?
Yeah.
So you're just looking for a number.
Yeah. Looking for a
10.
I'm gonna go. How many states is trucking the #1 industry?
Yep. #1 profession.
You know
Number
what?
one
Let me
profession.
change my 10. Let me go with I'm gonna go with 25.
24.
Ooh.
Ooh.
It is 29.
Oh, I'm 2 up.
29 states. Trucking is the number one.
I should have said
profession.
26.
All right.
So I feel like you guys should know this one. I don't know. What does the term intermodal mean?
Oh, it means that you're picking up in the ports.
Yep.
You're picking up containers.
Containers.
Yeah.
Okay, the definition is freight that uses multiple types of transportation to reach its destination.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
ports.
So, yeah.
Yeah, ports.
Because
Essentially-
the ports, they come in on a boat, and then they hit the sometimes the train.
The train or the chassis on the truck.
Uh-huh.
We just got into a side loader business, so we're doing containers
yeah.
now too.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love that
pretty
video.
cool.
I'm
Yeah.
putting out, I actually was working on it the other day. I have a time lapse of that thing working.
Yeah, it's
It
pretty
is
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was pretty jealous. I didn't, Mr. Corral, Dennis Firestone. I was pretty jealous. I didn't get to learn how to work that machine. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, we went. Did you put that one where we went to go pick it up at the dealer? Did you put that video up?
Not yet.
You put
That,
them
that's
all
the one I'm
together?
working on.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, cool. Yeah,
Oh, you went with him to pick it up?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Oh,
it was
cool.
it was really cool. And then as soon as we get it back, it was dirty. Shout out to Kenworth. What's up with that? But as soon as we get it here, Dennis is like, "Yeah, I'm gonna hop on the controls and start working on it." And then he's like, 5 minutes later, I gotta take it back to the dealer. It's busted.
Oh, shoot.
I think one of the hoses.
It was
'cause
amazing
runs off of
because
hydraulics.
it was shipped here in pieces.
Yeah, from New Zealand.
And then they took it to Kenworth and had it assembled.
Yeah, they flew in some Australian dude to help them put it together and then to teach Dennis how to use it.
Wow, he has a cool job
Yeah.
to travel like that.
That is neat.
Yeah.
Yep.
Next question. What percentage of truck drivers are aged 22 to 25?
Ooh. I'll let you go first.
I'll
on this
go
one.
with 30%.
I'm gonna
Alright.
go. I'm gonna go with 29%.
Okay. It is actually from ages 22 to 25, 4.8%.
I win.
That's it.
So,
Yeah,
from a,
most of new truckers coming into the industry are in their 40s to 50s.
Wow.
yeah,
Mhm.
so
Yep.
I wanted to use that question a little bit as a recruiting opportunity on this show.
Yeah,
That's
so,
why- that's
so
why, like,
younger generation. I mean, you
step your
guys
game
got to
up.
think about it. If we don't get more drivers, we're going to be paying. I keep saying I like saying this. We're going to pay $5 for a roll of toilet tissue, and we don't get drivers because then what happens is we have to pay drivers more money to
Yep.
get them to come on board, and then what companies do is pass the cost off to the customer,
Yep.
and what the customer is going to do is pass the cost off to the consumer.
Yep.
So we got to get on the ball. It's a must. We have truck drivers. So
Yeah.
let's push this industry forward. Let me say one thing before you continue.
Sure.
I wanted to throw out there something that we're doing with Trucker Buddy. So Trucker Buddy is like you're like a pen pal with a kid in either junior high school or elementary, and you keep in touch with them via Skype. You can write them, email, phone call, and then that way you can just they can be more educated about the trucking industry, and it can encourage them to pick
Very
up this
cool.
profession. And this is not a job. Trucking is not a job; it's a career.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and there's even a high school in Patterson that works with seniors to get their CDL while they're still in high
Yes,
school.
they graduate from high school at Patterson High School. We met the teacher at the Ontario Truck Show,
Yeah,
and
California
they
Truck
graduate high school with their CDL.
Yeah.
So shout out to Dave and Patterson High School.
Awesome.
Yeah, and a
awesome.
lot of people don't know this, but you can actually get your CDL when you're 18, but you can only drive intrastate, not
Correct.
interstate.
Correct.
Yeah, my little brother's friend's been driving since he was 18, moving intermodal containers from Long Beach to Ontario.
Very cool.
Yeah, and he wants to come on board at KKW as soon as he turns 21.
Isn't that crazy though? Like it's almost essentially 5% is 22
Yeah.
to 25.
Yep.
I thought that was crazy low. So all right, next question. Steven Spielberg's first full-length movie as a director was about the ongoing battle between a motorist and a deranged trucker. What was the name of this movie?
Smokey and the Bandit?
Nope.
Hit
Although
the
he
question.
was actually hit up to direct that movie, but he didn't. Do
What was the
Oh,
question
really?
again?
What was the name of Steven Spielberg's first full-length movie as a director? And it's about the ongoing battle between a motorist and a deranged trucker.
Just for
phone
the-
a friend.
I mean, yeah.
I passed
If you
on
called
that
Steven
one.
Spielberg right now, I'd be like,
I would call Dustin because I know you know movie guy.
it's a movie called Duel. It's
Duel?
actually obviously not one of his most famous works,
Yeah.
but it is relative to trucking, and it's something that you can still rent. But it's old. It's old school.
Duel.
If you watch it, it has a
Is it-
real old
have
school
you seen
vibe.
it?
Yeah,
Is it pretty good?
it's No, I mean, it's interesting.
Did you go to like a video store and like rent like
A long time ago, yeah.
and you watched it like that?
Yeah. I mean, it's a giant chase scene, essentially. The whole movie's one chase scene.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
But it's pretty creepy.
Let's see if you find a video store now, Oscar.
Oh, there's one by my house.
Is it a Blockbuster?
No, it's a video center.
You didn't catch it. That was a joke.
All right, here we go. Next question.
Yeah, Blockbuster.
What is the average amount of miles a truck driver logs per year?
100,000.
Average?
Yep, average.
I'm gonna say 100,001 miles.
It is 105,000 miles.
Ooh, I win.
You guys are pretty close on that one.
We're 2 for 1.
Although, hey, big
He's
shout
riding
out.
my coattail too, though. So you,
his price is right strategy.
you're going
All
first.
I have
time.
to do-
He's
all I have-
riding my coattail. Not fair.
Okay, I'll go
Not
next.
fair.
We got to give a shout out to Reggie, though. That guy's averaging some serious miles.
Yeah, he showed us his miles. He's averaging some months he's getting over 14,000 miles a month.
Yeah, that's like Cecil. He's getting 12. Our
Yeah.
miles are really high right now.
Yeah.
So
I
Reggie,
just went over Cecil's miles this morning. I was like, "Hey, bro, good job. You did 11,500 miles last month." He goes,
Shout out
"What?
to Cecil.
That's low." And I was like, "What?" He was mad. He goes, 11.5. He goes, "What the heck? I'm averaging at least 13." I
Wow.
was like, 13? That's crazy. I mean, I thought I was doing good. I was hitting 12 when I was driving. I was like,
He
heck
was
yeah.
killing. I thought I was killing at 10.
No, I was getting 12, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
that's good. That's
I
good.
think I was in a tough year when I was out there.
We were driving at the same time.
Freight was a little slow when I was out there.
Yeah. Shout out to Cecil and
Reggie.
don't tell me. No, not Princess. Precious.
Yeah.
Yeah, Precious.
Yeah, Precious.
Yeah, she's a great dog.
She's precious.
Yeah, she is.
All right, we're going to test your company knowledge, guys.
All right.
Question number 6. What year was KKW founded?
1962.
1962.
You're correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So
Well done.
That was easy peasy.
So I'm at 3. He's at 2.
No,
That was good.
Yeah.
That was good.
I got the first one that I threw out.
Yeah, but that didn't
I got
count.
My own question.
It's not on the list.
So we're tied.
All right, here we go. Now we're doing, I guess we'll call it trucker slang. So
Trucker
number
slang.
1, what is an alligator? Somebody goes on the radio
Alligator.
and they're like, there's an alligator in the road. What are
I'm
they
gonna
talking
say-
I'm
about?
gonna say, a tire tread.
He's right.
It is a tire tread.
Yeah.
All right. What is a silver bullet?
Now we're tied 3-3 with that alligator.
What is a silver
What's a
bullet?
silver bullet?
Yep. Same thing. You hear somebody over the radio saying like, "Oh,
I'm gonna
say
say the cop.
a cop. I'm gonna say a piece of metal on the road.
it is actually a tanker trailer or a tanker."
Oh, okay.
all right.
Good deal.
So, next one. What is a bulldog?
A bulldog.
You'll
Bulldog.
both be like, "Oh yeah," as soon as I say it. Somebody's like,
Hold on. A bulldog. See, I knew I should have got me a CB. A bulldog. I'll pass.
I'm gonna
I
say.
feel like he's gonna get it.
I'm gonna say roadkill.
It is actually a Mack truck.
Oh,
Yeah.
you don't
Their
see a lot of
logo
those
is a
anymore.
bulldog.
Yeah, but who says they go a silver bullet? Like, I guess CB.
I don't know
talk,
who
huh?
says it.
Well, I had a CB in my truck, but I had to turn it off most of the time because all it is like a lot of trash talking guys,
Yeah.
or you know.
At the end, I hope it's one of the questions on there. But at the end, I'll share something with you guys.
All right. What is Wally World?
Oh, Walmart.
Yep, it is Walmart.
Yeah,
I guess that's what it's called. I don't know.
yeah. I didn't hear of it either until I went to Reno with Chuck.
What?
And Chuck's like, "You want to go to Wally World?" I was like, "Wally World? What the hell is that? Is that like a grown-up Chuck E. Cheese or something?"
I guess so.
And he goes,
mean,
"No, it's Walmart." And I was like, "Walmart?"
I mean, it fits too. I should have thought of that because when I lived in Victorville, Hesperia, before the city was like developed,
Yeah.
we used to go and hang out in Walmart at 2 a.m. because it was a super Walmart. It's nothing else to do in Victorville.
Go to bed at 2 o'clock in the morning.
There was no street lights. Like on
sleeping
the
at 2.
weekend. On
Oh,
the weekend,
okay,
like
yeah.
we go walk through Super
I mean,
Walmart.
Yeah.
We also, I don't think we can
Our
move on
Wally
from
World.
that without giving an acknowledgement to National Lampoon's Vacation. They go to the theme park Wally World.
Yeah. But that's different. I'm not gonna.
It's a fictional Wally World.
Right. I'm not gonna hold somebody hostage at Walmart and tell them to keep it open for my kids.
Right.
All right, next question, and I know Eddie knows this one. What is a four-wheeler?
Car.
It's a car. Yeah.
Yeah, just
I
regular
got
car.
that one. I was faster. I hit the
Regular
button
car.
first.
All right, and final one. What is a bear?
Cop.
Yep. It's a CHP officer.
Yep. Highway patrol.
Ooh, the answer actually does read police officer, but then usually a state trooper or highway patrol.
But look, see, is that the last one?
That's the last one.
That's the one I was waiting on because when I was with my trainer, when I first started with KKW, a guy came over to CB and he said, "You guys better slow down before Smokey come knocking at your back door." And I asked my trainer, I'm like, he said, "Smokey? Who is Smokey?" He's like, "Smokey and the Bandit."
Yeah.
I was like, oh, wow. They got all these cool terms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's I saw this cool YouTube video with like all the slang that truckers use and all this stuff. And I was like, I've never heard of most of it. But Smokey, it's always, bears. Yeah.
All right. Well,
And that's another thing that Sarah say in the safety department, never poke the bear.
Never.
When you guys are out there, don't be out there being
Yes, sir, no,
aggressive
sir.
with the cops. Show them respect, and hopefully they let you guys go because for some strange reason they can always find a way to give us a ticket. So don't be out there poking the bear.
Yeah.
all right. Well, that actually does it for our trivia game. So I'm not sure who won.
I won.
I won.
That was
won.
pretty
I
close.
I think I won.
Well, all I'm
wrestle?
hearing,
We're about to wrestle it out right now.
all I'm hearing is we just have to do another round of trivia.
That's all right.
To
Yeah,
decide
that'll
who's the
work.
true
That'll
winner.
work.
Yeah, that
That'll
works.
work. It's
So-
a tie.
I do, as we
won.
end the show this month, I do want to say thank you to both Reggie and Alicia for coming on the show. We really appreciate it. Your guys' insight and, of course, experience is much appreciated.
Yeah, I want to send out some thank yous too. I want to say thank you to James. James got a good review from one of our drivers. James is one of our dispatchers.
James Thomas.
Yes, James Thomas.
Yes.
Good job, James. We appreciate your hard work. Brian, we appreciate everybody in that dispatching room. I know you guys have a very tough job. And most of all, I want to say thank you to Mr. Oscar Guzman and my guy, Mr. Dustin. You guys are great. I appreciate being on you guys' team as well. And Dustin, you're taking us to another level. I appreciate everything you do around here, sir.
Yeah, Eddie. Thank you. You make I know. What did you say? You had a goal of 100 phone calls a day.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then Dustin, thank you for all your content, your media content.
Yeah, we'll keep churning out some content, so look for new videos. We have a bunch of ideas in the pipeline, so we got more stuff coming, and I think it was a great episode of the podcast.
Good deal. You guys have a great day, and also thank you to Mr. Firestone for building this great platform.